Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. It's your favorite German in the booth. And we are about to start the GT2 race. Hello. Yeah, so it's been quite a while since I've done this, so bear with me if there's any inconvenience. Good to see. Thank you for the feedback. So we have a couple of late joiners to the session, and we're about to start the qualifying session for tonight's race around Tokyo South clockwise. And this is a livery I think Aaron will approve. Nobby in the Arsenal style livery, 26 champions. And now let's go. So the format is quite straightforward. We have group 4 cars on medium tires only, a 5-minute qualifying session, 2 times tire wear, and it will be a grid start. So around Tokyo with quite a lot of long straights, it will be key to find someone giving you a nice tow down the straights. And so let's have a look who is first to cross the line. I think it must be Mikey. Where is he? No. Some. Yeah, let's go on board with Som for a lap around Tokyo. Try to get a nice exit through the last corner. Get all the power down, heading onto the start-finish straight, crossing the line to start a lap around here. Short right-handed kink, and then brake between the 150 meter board for the right-hander, which is kind of offset nicely onto the right to get through the S's, left, right, and left again. Maybe a short lift through the left-hander here. Put your car as right as much as possible, going down the hill, carrying some speed into the hairpin. Find your braking marker around the 100 meter board and hug the inside curb and have a smooth exit. And now onto the back straight with these long and winding twisty corners, but should be flat out all the way to the next right-hander. Looking very clean so far by Som. Tunnel. And now just prepare your car for the next right-hander. Short braking, 2 gears down, and goes a little bit deep. And now comes the fun part, the chicane. You should try to get over the curbs, but the car is very unsettling here, but looks good so far. And now the last right-hander, flat out. Hug the apex and then flat out onto the start-finish straight again to finish the lap. And this is your first reference point, a 1:43.0 by Som in the Corvette. Mikey in P2 for the moment, 1:43.1. Nobby Norris in P3 was just beat by Madman. Joker in P4, Royston, Nobby Norris, Jonesy, Stufer, Oblivion, Glenn, SP, GT34 finds himself in P7 for the moment, and there's a new fast lap by Blue Flag. So very tight already the margin, and you don't have a lot of time because it's just 5 minutes of qualifying, so maybe 2 or 3 laps, that's it. Dusty in P5 for the moment. And I think because I think Derek is missing, that's why we have Odon replacing him for tonight. Yeah, look at the gaps, very tight in between. Just half a second covering the top 7. Good stuff so far from everybody. Let's see if Norris is about to improve his lap time. Getting a little toe by Mikey in the front. Oh, and Som beats blue flag up the line, and so does Mikey. We are now in the 42s, 42.6, 42.65, 42.68. Very good lap by Nobby Norris. Jonesy maybe a little bit compromised now on his final attempt here by Stufer. And blue flag couldn't improve. Provisional P5 for the moment. Who's crossing the line next? It's Odon. Dusty Fossil improves himself. Odon. Good lap by Odon so far, P8. SP GT34 is finished. Stufer is getting out of the way for the guys behind. And so is Mikey, so Mikey can't improve his pole lap. So he now has to just hope for the best, cross his fingers. And that's it, lap done, just too much curb there. Very unfortunate, and I think Nobby Norris also very wide there, which could possibly mean half a second penalty. And there it is, yeah. So unfortunate for him. And I think there has been a couple of ops. Jonesy was getting compromised by Stufer earlier in the lap, and Joker seemed to be very wide into the chicane, which might be no improvement for him. Royston behind, getting a nice toe. Oblivion improves himself into P4. So great final lap by him. And this should be qualifying pretty much done and dusted. Glyn and Beach or Johnny improving. Is anybody still on track? No, that's it. That's qualifying for the moment. So here's your final results. So actually just Mikey managed to get pole with a 42.6 and very closely behind Nobby Norris. What a great lap by him. I gotta tell you, that's a very surprising result for him. He's done some practice, that's for sure. Som in P3, Oblivion in P4, Jonesy, Dusty, Blue Flag, Madman. Basically all covered by half a second. And then we got Odon in P9, Joker running out of the top 10, Glyn, Royston, SP, GT24, Stufer, and Johnny Boy. So yeah, Mikey on pole. He's got the pace, and yeah, basically Tokyo doesn't have a lot of runoff areas, so should be fine. See. And yeah, hello everyone in the chat. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining. I see a lot of familiar faces. And I almost missed the start there. Slides out and away we go. Mikey leads off the way. Nobby Norris already getting overtaken here by a fast starting Som, who finds himself around the outside, trying to go for the move maybe into the right-hander here. But Mikey stays in P1, defending off Som. Oh, and there's been a collision on the background. Yeah, I think, yeah, between Glenn and Johnny. Now keep an eye on Som and a very fast Corvette down the straight. Is he already going for the move into the hairpin? Mikey going defensive into the right-hander. Finds himself still in the lead. Very good exit, but now the very long back straight is good for the Corvette, because now he can find himself in the slipstream of Mikey and maybe go for the move. And further down, Jonesy defending from Nobby, who's lost 2 positions at the start now. And there's been contact between Jonesy and Oblivion, almost going free wide into the right-hander. I mean, Tokyo is not the widest of the tracks. Mikey's still defending his lead, going over the chicane. Everybody, quite fairly easy. Oh, the Snickers car. It was Madman. Madman going very sideways into the chicane. So first lap done and dusted. Mikey in the lead. Closely followed by Som, and Nobby Norris managed to get back into P3, so good effort from him. Dusty in P5. Oh, and free wide almost into the hairpin. Royston Glenn. Royston very off. Going sideways. And I've just seen a message in the chat. Happy birthday, Glenn.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
He's in the Nissan Silvia, so I gotta keep my eye on him, because it's a rare appearance. Not many of the drivers have chosen the Nissan Silvia, and will be a very slow car around here. But currently in P11, just right behind the top 10 of SP. In the slipstream now. Personal best, reeling in. So at the front, nothing has changed so far. But there's a lot of going on in the midfield here. Blue flag, Oblivion. Battle for P6 is spicing up now. It's actually, P5. Now also getting joined by Dusty and Nobby Norris ahead. So Nobby Norris kind of a crog in the bottle here. Side by side here between Nobby Norris and Dusty on the back straight. Very nice train of cars side by side through the tunnel. Dusty and Nobby leaving plenty of space. Maybe now Nobby with the switchback going in onto the inside. There's also Oblivion joining the party now, trying to take advantage. So Nobby Norris went very wide and loses a couple of positions here. And now they almost fall abreast into the chicane. Please, no contact, no Pontorino. Oh, and Joker very sideways. Oblivion touches the wall on the outside, which will compromise his exit going onto the start-finish straight. Plenty of action here in lap 3 already. Dusty, Jonesy, now blue flag, side by side with Oblivion onto the right-hander. Should be easily done and dusted. Also getting joined here now, and look at that. Typical GT2 FTRL action. Oblivion, Joker, Odon. Also keeping my eyes on the standings, but for the moment Mike is still leading ahead of Som and Dusty, but this is where all the action happens. Positioning or battle for P4. Oh, and Oblivion, blue flag with a little bit of oversteer coming out of the hairpin, touches the door of Oblivion. Now gets a nice push down the straight, trying to get away from Joker, but Joker also in the slipstream. Can't run away with that. That's a nice train. And with the speedy combat down the straight, blue flag manages to stay ahead of Oblivion. But now Oblivion finds himself under pressure from Joker, maybe trying to go for a move into the chicane, but yeah, there's no two different lines, just one line through that, so very hard to overtake here. And yeah, Joker very wide, which means Oblivion now in P6. Some contact. Maybe a little bit of a love tap. Oh, and oh, that's very unfortunate. Please not, please not. Oh, Nobby. Can't believe it. Starting in P2, finds himself now all the way down in P15 after having a very bad exit out of the hairpin. But possibly starting in P1 for the second race tonight. And yeah, nothing changed so far at the front. Mikey's still leading. Lap 5 of 11. So good effort from him. 1.1 seconds. Fast lap also, 42.0, and there's some overtaking going on here. Joker and Oblivion, changing positions every lap. Let's have a look at Royston and Glyn. Glyn setting himself up for a move on the inside, and that's a very nice overtake here. And also a very important one, because now through the S's it's very hard to follow each other, so Glyn made the move, finds himself in P9 now. And yeah, but the Sylvia is very slow on the straight, so I think Royston will go ahead if he's got a good exit here coming out of the hairpin. Mikey is increasing gap to Som, it's 1.6 now. Dusty 3.7 seconds behind P2. Jones closing the gap to Dusty. And after the first lap shenanigans, blue flag in a comfortable P5, 2 seconds behind Jonesy and 2.5 seconds ahead of Oblivion, who's still closely followed by Joker, and Oblivion went very wide into the barrier there, which compromised Joker's exit, and this gives Odin a chance to take advantage from it. And so he does. So Odin from P8 going into P6 in just one corner. Is he going for the move? Yes! Late on the brakes, into the right-hander. Very brave. Oh, and yeah. Glyn went a little bit wide, touched the barrier on the outside, but there was no contact in between those two guys. And now Joker can focus on Odon ahead. And I'm very impressed by Glyn so far. He's now going for P8. Oh, and very late on the brakes, almost touches the back of Oblivion. Joker, sorry. But has a very good exit out of the right-hander hairpin onto the back straight now. Tries to get into the slipstream of Joker ahead. They are still side by side. Look at that. Yeah, just by pure pace, without slipstream, the Jaguar by Oblivion is as quick as Glyn. But now Glyn is into the sandwich here. Oh, and very late move by Oblivion. Dives down the inside. Maybe a little bit of contact here. It was a late lunge, but he made it stick somehow. But yeah, very impressive performance by Glyn tonight. SP GT34 in the top 10. And we have Royston in P11. Just 4 laps to go, including this one. So maybe, yeah, Royston can do something about SP and try to snatch away the last top 10 spot. Stuffer having a little bit of a fight here with Johnny Boy, and after his spin, or after he went off Nobby Norris in P40 now, must have something must have happened to Madman. His last lap is a 46, so he lost about 3 seconds there, 2.5 seconds, and yeah, up the front, Mikey's still leading. Very impressive so far. So maybe at the start there was just a small point where some tried to go for an overtake, but from this very moment, nothing happened. Odon and Joker's still trying everything to crawl back to P6 after you got compromised by, I think it was Oblivion who went wide. So yeah, Odon went from P8 to P6, but now Joker settled himself in. And while all this is happening, yeah, Fieber's absolutely right. Some very good consistency here by Mikey. Basically every lap, 42, 42.6, 42.8, 42.6, 42.4. Lap 7, yeah, 43.5. Maybe that's when he had some itchy balls and had to scrap them, or scratch them. But then again, lap 8, 42.8. 2.2 seconds ahead of Som, who finds himself 2.2 seconds ahead of Dusty, 2.8 seconds, yeah, 2.8 seconds ahead of Blue Flag, and there's some battling going on, Odon and Joker. So, let's go on board with Joker here, onto the back straight. Going for the slip, going for the outside, which turns into the inside on the left-hander. Now it's basically become the outside again for the right-hander. And Odon, let's see if he's going for a late move again, but you see, no. Backs out of it, but yeah, maybe next lap. try to get so very... Oh, and Joker went very wide, which basically means he will get half a second penalty, and there it is. So he went for the move, couldn't make the chicane stick, and now will basically find himself behind Odon after the penalty area. And Fima's very happy about the penalty. And Joker's very wide, touches the barrier. And now Odon and Oblivion all together again. It's the penultimate lap of the race, so prepare for some very spicy, action-packed finish. Joker trying to defend the inside, and now let's go for a late lunge here. Oblivion on the inside, goes for the move. Does he make it stick? Gets on the power very early. Wheel spin, and now Odon in P8 is having a look at. Some nice FTRL proper train. They also have to look out for Glyn following in P9. So if they, touch, if there's an incident, Glyn is ready to take up all the positions. Oblivion and Odon going for the move. Some very good racing, I must admit. Oh, both went wide, and that's the chance for Odon. So he basically says, "Thank you for that. I'm taking the inside." And Oblivion drifting out of the chicane, and as I told you, Glyn is just ready to take up all the positions whenever there's something happening in front of him. Joker there serving his penalty. Might also find himself behind SP. Is he going for the move? Yeah, so basically Joker went from trying to snatch P6 from from Oblivion, all the way down to P10 now. So it's the final lap of the race. And this is the closest battle we have on track so far. Odon defending the inside. And Oblivion taking... some contact here between Glyn and Oblivion. This compromises Oblivion's exit, so he can't take too much speed going onto the back straight. And SP, very good to see he's competing against the guys here after Royal Atlanta was kind of a bad adventure for him with brake issues. Odon still ahead of Oblivion and Glyn, but have a look at this. FTRL, just Mikey, crossing the line and wins the race ahead of Som and Dusty. Good stuff. Mikey, blue flag MP4, Jonesy MP5, and Odon managed to stay ahead of Oblivion, who somehow had a bad chicane, I would suppose. SP in P9, very good effort from him. Royston, Stufer, and what happened to Joker? Jesus Christ. Nobby in P12, Batman, and Joker's basically going for pole position for the second race. That's why he slowed down. Well done, Mikey. Pole position and win. That's it. Oh. So let me go through the final results again. Oh no, let me save the replay first. The final results. Yeah, Mikey just won the race, pole position, and he's also taken the fastest lap. So that's what is it? Grand Slam, Slam Dunk. whatever. Dusty, Blue Flag, Jonesy, Odon, Glyn, Oblivion, SP, Royston, Stufer, Nobby, Madman, Johnny, and whatever happened to Joker. And now it's turning night. It's getting dark. Yeah, it's a slam dunk or whatever. You know, the thingy you get when you have pole and fast slap and basically leading every lap, winning the race, grand slam, whatever. It's a slam dunk grand slam. All right, now that we are just waiting for everybody to join this, and there's a pee break as well. Oh, no, I don't want to join. Nope, I'm not joining the lobby. I want to spectate. Alright, let me go through the standings. I haven't done this so far. And we also just had 1 week of racing, Road Atlanta last week. There was a win by Dusty Fossil and Oblivion, so still Blue Flag is leading the championship with 33 points. He's tied on points with Jonesy, but because of the better second race result, Blue Flag is leading with 53 points ahead of Jonesy with 53. Oblivion is third with 52 points. Dusty and Joker also tied on points, 48 the both. Mikey in P6 on 40 points. Nobby Norris in P7 on 37 points. Royston in P8 on 36. Som in P9 on 29. Madman in P10 on 24. Glyn in P11, 20 points. Beach in P12, 16 points. Derek in P13 with 12 points. Stufer in P14 with 8 points. And our newcomer, SP, is P15 with 4 points. But yeah, as already mentioned, he had some issues with his brake pedal last week. That's why we are very happy to see him performing well tonight. About to start in 7 minutes, so plenty of time to empty your bladder. So let me know in the chat who's your money on for a race win. Remember, Joker is now starting on pole position. Yeah, and now we are in the Porsche 992. Sorry. Yeah. Now it's basically just an endurance race with a reverse grid from the sprint race result, and it will be a rolling start on medium tires only, but we gotta do 1 mandatory pit stop. And yeah, fuel is applied, 3 times fuel, 3 times tire wear, refueling rate 4 liters per second. And it will be 25 laps around Tokyo South clockwise. So basically, yeah, the same track, but now in a lot of faster cars.
Who's your money on?
Fever has just put some peanut butter on his nipples. He's off feeding the dogs. I'll be right back. So it's turning dark in Tokyo. The race is about to start in 1 minute. And we got 10 people watching the stream. Make sure to hit that like button. It helps. It helps. And if you're new to this channel, for whatever reason, if you want to join us, there is a link in the description to our Discord channel. So just join our Discord channel, get involved. If you want to race with us, why not? Give it a try. Fiber says it's gonna be a tough one. Podium will be Carl, Sai, and Oblivion. Not sure in which order. Yeah, I think depending on how quickly you can manage the traffic, Royston in P1, so that's very surprising. I thought it should have been... Oh, it's a glitch. It's just a glitch. So actually it's Joker in P1. I think the lobby is glitching, but whatever, we are underway. Joker's leading ahead of Johnny Boy, Madman, Nobinoro, Stuper, SB, Oblivion, Glyn, Odon, Jonesy, Blue Flag, Dusty, Som, and Mikey. Yeah, so look at that. Joker's already 4.3 seconds ahead. So I'm not sure what happened at the start. It seemed very glitchy to me. However, let's focus on racing because there's a lot of action now. Already Nobby, Madman, our Stuper's very wide. And there's also a spinner who's had a very bad off. I think Johnny Boy, unlucky, coming out of the hairpin, into the barrier. Barry R. Madman in P3 and SP in the sandwich here in between Madman and Oblivion. Trying to get a nice toe and maybe goes for the move already on the inside into the right-hander. Good scrap. But Madman managed to stay ahead. SP is having a look into the chicane maybe. Everybody survived that chicane for the first lap. Yeah, 4.7 seconds. And the scrap between Madman and SB is going on into the second lap of the race. Madman tries everything to stay ahead of SP. Who's going for a late lunch? Glenn on the brakes very late. Madman a little bit deep into the hairpin, goes very wide. This maybe gives the chance. Oh, and SB, oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, come on, he's done so good. Now finds himself on the right hand side. He's basically done a Johnny there. Oh, very unfortunate. He's had a very good evening so far. This was looking good for him, running there in the top 4. But now just needs to keep his head down. Still plenty of time left to crawl back, maybe go for a top 10 spot. Meanwhile, Glyn is under pressure from Madman. Oh, and someone went very wide into the chicane. Oblivion and Jonesy, side by side, Jonesy carrying a half a second penalty. Sorry, it's different Oblivion. And also Oblivion carrying half a second penalty, which basically will slow him down the next lap. So now he tries to find himself ahead of Stufer, get in good position, try to run away from him. So this penalty won't hurt him too much. Flag already in P8, started from the back of the grid. Basically, Mikey started from the back, yeah. He was winning first race, so now with the early spins there by SP and Johnny, Mikey in P12. And showing good pace so far in P8 already. Right behind Stufer, just going for the move maybe into the right-hander now. But Blue Flag, also needs to keep an eye on Dusty right behind. It's just half a second covering the two of them. And now Blue Flag goes for the move onto the inside and makes the move stick. little bit wide, almost touches the barrier on the outside. And now heading into the chicane. Oh, Stufer went way wide. Oh, and also now that he, went wide, runs over the curb, which unsettles the car, and he had contact with, I think it was Dusty. And I was going to say, with Sai, Sai made the mistake, and because Oblivion carried a penalty, he went into P6 and is right behind Jonesy, Glyn and Madman, who are having a scrap for P3. So Sai is on fire, showing some very good pace here early doors. How long does the fuel last? I have absolutely no idea because I haven't done any practice so far. And which is also very unique around Tokyo. The pit lane is halfway down the start-finish straight, so you also gotta keep in mind. And Mr. Smith in the chat says 18 laps without saving. So just a splash and dash there, going towards the end of the race, and very tight scrap here between Glenn, Madman, Jonesy, and now Sai also joined the party. Just right behind him is Oblivion, so it's going to be very spicy now, heading into the next lap. Very close between the five-way battle now for P3. Oh, small contact here between Jonesy and Glyn, I think it was. Glyn seems to be the cork in the bottle, and look at that, Oblivion, very opportunistic move. Tried to make the move here into the S's. Couldn't make it stick. Small contact between himself and Blue Flag. Odon 1 second behind the scrap here, so maybe he's also about to join the party. Meanwhile, Joker's still leading ahead of Nobby. They're all heading onto the back straight, going through the tunnel now. Flat out left, flat out right, and now try to find a good spot here, stay in the tow or go for the move. Oh, and a very late lunge here by Oblivion. It's never going to work out. There was some contact. I'm not sure if Oblivion might have to give the position back. It was a very opportunistic move, very late. Odon goes wide, Sai goes wide, Odon very off. I think there was someone round, Dusty or some. Just heard the tires skidding. And while all this is happening, Glyn managed to stay ahead and put himself a nice gap in between himself and Oblivion. But Oblivion is closing in again, just reeling into his slipstream. Gap is just under 0.8 of a second. Oblivion followed by Jonesy, Sai, and Odon. And a nice scrap here between Som and Dusty for P8. Side by side. Very tight and twisty. Some didn't want to make it too easy for Dusty. but good scrap between those two guys. The veterans of FTRL. Been around for, yeah, since ever, basically. Oblivion with the fast lap, but SP also showing some good pace. 34.9, 35.3, 35.2. So now, yeah, as I said earlier, just keep your head down, try to find some consistency, and make your way back into the top 10. Mikey somehow didn't manage to get any further ahead. He's still in P14, and he's also had a very bad lap. Lap 4 was a 52.7. I'm not sure what happened there. Madman in P15 also with a 59.1. I think he went into the pits already. So yeah, fresh tires and fueled up to the maximum. Finds himself 40 seconds behind the lead. And good evening, Derek. No need to apologize. I think, replacement Odon is doing a very good job at the moment. Finds himself in P7. And Joker still leading 4.8 seconds ahead of Nobby, who's in a very lonely P2 ahead of Glyn. So after the first couple, 5-6 laps, it settled down a bit. Got a bit quiet on the front. And he's also doing some very good, consistent lap times. So keep an eye out for Glyn, going for a podium tonight. 1.1 seconds behind Oblivion. Still followed by Blue Flag, Jonesy. And Jonesy, Odon might find himself under pressure from Dusty now. Look at that. Dusty purple sector is also holding the fast lap at the moment, 33.8. So he's got some pace. Odon very wide. Is he about to get a penalty? No. Just lucky there. Royston 2.2 seconds behind Som, still in the top 10. And SB managed to get into P11 now. Preparing himself to make a move on Royston. As I said, it's a long race, so even if you have like a spin or some shenanigans in the first couple, 1 or 2 laps, there's plenty of time left, and also with the strategy, with the pit stops, you can always stick to it. And Royston now under pressure from SB. Getting a nice toe. Maybe is lifting a little bit to still stay behind the toe. Has to go for the outside because Royston is covering the inside. So Royston managed to defend the inside and stays ahead of SP. Oh, very well. Very late on the brakes. Almost touches Royston. Could have ended badly here, but thankfully it didn't. Put that into the words of wisdom. Stufer in P12. 4 seconds behind Johnny P13. Mikey in a lonely P14 at Madman, who's already been in the pits as far as I remember. So, having a look at the fuel, Joker, I think he's going full beans and yes, also putting in some very consistent lap times, 34, 4, 6, 5, 8, 8. And yeah, he's just under half a tank of fuel. Nobody knows a little bit better on fuel. Basically the same like Joker, under half a tank. And now blue flag right behind Oblivion. Yeah, blue flag slightly better on fuel. Jonesy seems the worst on fuel at the moment, running in the top 6. Odon and Dusty having a scrap here for P7. Maybe into the right-handed chicane. Odon defending the inside. Oh, and someone, yeah, Jonesy is heading into the pits already. Lap 11. Going for the undercut, trying to take advantage. So is Som also in the pits now. Meanwhile, yeah, Dusty and Odon side by side through the S's down the back straight. A little bit of door bang and escape, exchanging some paint. It seems like Odon, yeah, could hold this position. There's no way they can go side by side through the chicane. Yeah, Dusty thought about it, but had to take the very high curves, and which unsettles his car. Now he lost, yeah, 8 tenths. Has to settle behind Odon for the moment. Royston in P8. Now that Som and Jonesy went for the pit. So fresh boots and yeah, three quarters of a tank going to the end now. Oh, he's underfueled his car very much, so Som is on fresh boots, but also just put in like three quarters of a tank into his three quarters of fuel into his tank. And Jonesy almost fueled to the maximum. So I'm not too sure if Som will actually be able to finish the race, or if he's going for a second splash and dash. We surely will find out soon. Meanwhile, blue flag went into the pits and is coming out behind Mikey, but crucially ahead of Som. And Dusty and Odon still having a fight for P5 now that blue flag went into pits. Joker still leading ahead of Nobby Oren. Dusty went wide through the chicane and carries a half-second penalty now. So maybe now it's a good time to go for the pit. Change the tires if you're gonna lose time anyways. Odon went a little bit wide through the S's, so now Dusty finds himself ahead. find out if anybody is pitting Dusty, Odon. Nope, they carry on. So is Royston. Stefan P8 ahead of Johnny. Johnny actually was able to close down the gap, and look at that, very nice grab here out of the chicane, out of the hairpin. Johnny and Stuffer side by side for P8. Johnny just right in the gearbox of Stuffer. Gotta keep an eye on SP right behind, who's on a very good pace so far. Trying to get back into the top 10 spots. Johnny a little bit wide on the right-hander here. So for the time being, Stuffer can manage to stay ahead. And now on fresh boots. Sai is closing gap to Mikey and the race leader in the pits. Getting on fresh boots, put in some fuel. Meanwhile, yeah, Oblivion also in the pits. Lobby Norris and Glyn, Dusty Fossil staying out. Let's find out Joker in P5 for the time being, and yeah, 2.6 seconds behind Royston. Let's see how fast he can close the gap, and yeah, if Royston will act some kind of a cork in the bottle here to compromise Joker's run, but yeah, it was already like 4 or 5 seconds in front of Nobby, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem here. Oblivion, after his pit stop, ahead of blue flag. And now both on fresh tires and fuel to the end. Oblivion, very wide, out of the chicane, might get a penalty. No. Lucky escape there. And this is, yeah, legit for position. So blue flag and Oblivion both already have done their pit stop. Nobby and Glyn now. Look at that Nobby, 29 liters of fuel, so he's done a very good job of saving some fuel compared to Glyn and Dusty, also just on 17 liters. Royston is in, so basically everybody now in the pits. Joker back to the lead, and this is a very relieving moment for him, because now he can just fully focus on getting some clean laps in, some very clean and consistent laps. Still 4.8 seconds ahead of Nobby after their pit stop. And yeah, for the time being, SP in P3, but still has to do his pit stop, and he's already on the red indicator, so might want to come in the following lap. I think, yeah, Mikey still needs to pit, and on very worn tires, acting like a road blockage here, also now carrying half a second penalty. He's about to serve the next lap, so Oblivion, Blue Flag, Glyn and some behind, who all have their mandatory pit stop. Yeah, need to clear Mikey as quick as possible to have a chance on a top 3 position. into the pit. Mikey is carrying on. So for the moment, Oblivion is your effective or provisional P3. Right behind, blue flag. He finds himself under pressure from Clint, who is showing a very strong performance tonight, I must admit. So he's very speedy. Always lovely to see that. Strong performance in race 1, and now, yeah, why not go for the move on the inside? But we all know it. Sai is a very good defending. Oh, Mikey! Oh, come on. Could you believe it? He's shown such a great performance in the first race, but now, yeah, for whatever reason, the first couple laps, Mikey couldn't make any position. And, yeah, maybe just 1 or 2 laps into his pit stop, could make the chicane somehow. I just heard the tires skidding and wheel spin, whatever. Very unfortunate. So, Joker in the lead, ahead of Nobby, Oblivion, blue flag, Glenn, all have done their mandatory pit stop, and this means we have a nice scrap, nice battle for P3, and a very good and impressive performance by Clinton Farr. 4.2 seconds ahead of Jonesy. So they might want to have a look at Jonesy, because if they keep battling too much, he will close the gap in no time. Some right behind. And Mikey still hasn't done his pit. I'm not sure, has he done already, like in the first couple of laps? No, he wasn't. I don't think so. I think he still needs to. 8 laps to go, 9 laps, including this one. I don't think the fuel will be enough. Let's see, let's find out. Odon in P10. Royston, Madman, Stufer having a good scrap here for P12. Into the chicane. Nice and clean. And right behind we have Johnny Boy, and SP has done his pit stop. Very unfortunate, I mean, yeah. Still good effort from him. Staying in the race, which is the first thing you gotta do. Keeping your head down. Now there's still 8 laps to go. Maybe you can try to go for Johnny, Stufer, Madman, and Royston ahead. Stufer and Madman still having a good scrap here for P12. Stufer managed to get a good and clean exit out of the hairpin. Should get a nice toe down the straight. Yeah, I was wondering why SP was so far down the order, because even before his pit stop he managed to get into P10, P11 around this area somewhere, and all of a sudden after his pit stop he still like P15, 4 seconds behind Johnny, and seems like he's put too much fuel into his car. Maybe, he just forgot about it or missed the button to finish refueling, I don't know, but as I said, still 8 laps to go. Fresh boots now, get him some good 35s, maybe trying to go for 34s now. So he does 34.4, so showing good, very late pace. Meanwhile, look at that gap, 9.5 seconds. So Joker dominance might bore fans. Untouchable from the very moment the lights went out, and nobody knows. Very impressive stuff so far by him. Basically in P2 from the start of the race onwards. But Oblivion lurking behind, 2.5 seconds. And finds himself under pressure from Blue Flag. Oblivion very wide. Surely will be up second penalty. Yes, it is. So Blue Flag and Glyn still glued together after their pit stop. So very impressive stuff, I must say. Always good to see standing out performances by each individual. So with the penalty for Oblivion coming about, if they manage to stay closely behind, Blue Flag and Glyn will clear Oblivion for P3. But Oblivion now has to keep an eye on Blue Flag behind, as they are heading down the back straight. Blue Flag had a very good run out of the hairpin. Let's see if he's going for the move. Oblivion is defending the inside. Oh, and thought about it. Blue Flag thought about it, but yeah, had to bail out. As Oblivion was blocking the inside. No, please not, please not, please not. Oh, thank
Tack.
good stuff. Now Oblivion serves his penalty, and Glyn, can he take advantage from it? Yes, goes for the inside. On to the right-hander now, and that's the move done and dusted. So, yeah, good stuff by Blue Flag and Glyn. Good battle here for the last step on the podium, and we still have 5 laps to go, including this one. And the gap to Nobby Norris 2.7 seconds. So as long as they keep fighting, Nobby Norris can try to manage the gap or try to escape from them. Let's quickly go through the rest of the pack. Jonesy in a lowly P6, 4 seconds behind. Oblivion 2.8 seconds behind. Dusty, Odon and Mikey having a battle for P8, also joined by Som, and who's that? Royston is lurking. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, Paul. I think if there were some sketchy moves, the stewards might want to have a look at it. From my side, it looked okay. But I'm not here to judge. I'm here to have a look at Mikey's awful driving. And he never disappoints doing that. So, look at that. Glyn, Oblivion, still fighting. And while all this happened, I thought Blue Flag was able to put a gap between himself and Glyn and Oblivion, but it's just down to half a second again. So despite both of them are fighting, they still find themselves in the slipstream of Blue Flag. Now going down the back straight through the S's, coming out of of the tunnel. It will be very interesting to see. Glenn is trying to defend the inside, but couldn't defend too much. Still, oh yeah, very sketchy. Oh, come on. No, I'm not taking that. Yeah, Oblivion is slowing down. So very fair by Oblivion to slow down, give the position back to Glenn. The move was not on, going almost free wide into the right-hander. Seemed very sketchy, and therefore the contact was made. But yeah, thankfully Oblivion gave the position back and finds himself under pressure from Jonesy now. And now all of this happened. Dusty also managed to crawl back, coming from P7, who's just under half a second behind Oblivion. Jonesy and I was having a look at Blue Flag. Yeah, he's just half a second behind Nobby Norris now, and we are just 2 laps from the finish line. He's showing some very good performance, very good pace. Also very early in the race he was already down to P6 or P7 just after a couple laps, so very good pace. And now Nobby Norris under pressure from Blue Flag as they're heading into the right-hander. Nobby Norris defends the inside and stays ahead for the time being, but with this strong performance, oh, Nobby wide! Nobby very wide onto the runoff, onto the marbles. Very sideways out of the chicane. Let's see if Nobby Norris can try to get back into P2 here, but the performance showing by Blue Flag so far, I doubt he will have an answer to that. Maybe he just needs to settle for P3 now. The gap to Glenn behind is 3 seconds. Just 2 laps to go. Everyone basically is still going for personal best. So with low fuel and decently worn tires, they're still able to put in some very impressive lap times. And yeah, Puaguani with the question in the chat: is it enough fuel for Nobby to go to the end? I mean, the indicator's already showing he's on very low fuel. And I think when you pass the pit lane, it should be 1.3 laps. Let's see. I mean, they are at the chicane now. Nobby knows it's just half a second behind Blue Flag. Maybe Nobby can try another fuel map 2, 3, maybe even 4, save a little. And he's still 2.6 seconds ahead of Glyn, so he should make it on fuel. It will be very close. And even though if he needs to save a bit of fuel, the gap is still big enough to stay ahead of Glyn, because now Glyn can try to escape from Jonesy and Oblivion, who are still in a battle for P5 here. Jonesy tried to defend the inside, but went a little bit wide. And this gave Oblivion the chance to go for the inside, makes the move, but now maybe Jonesy with a late lunge into the right-hander. He's got enough fuel to rev the engine. Let's have a look. Is he going for the move? Oblivion is defending inside. For the time being. Jonesy, and Oblivion went wide into the very compromised exit of Jonesy, and here's your race winner, Joker. Some very strong performance. 13 seconds ahead of Blue Flag, who went for P2 in the penultimate lap. And Nobby Norris, so very nice job, Nobby. Get in there. Glyn also impressive performance. Oblivion P5, Jonesy P6, Dusty P7. Odon manages to stay ahead of Royston. Finishes P8, Royston P9. And I think, did Som just run out of fuel? Yes, he did. Oh no, it's just 5 seconds. Can Mikey snatch away P10? No, he can't. Mikey comes home in P11. There's still battle going on here for P12. Stufer, SP joining. Madman, can he make it? No! Oh, it's so close! Stufer just 1/10 ahead of Madman, SP, and Johnny Boy in P15. So that was a very late lunch over the line. And some impressive stuff by Joker. Started on pole. Yes, he had a very bad first race, but nevertheless, it's good. Put in some decent performance to win the race ahead of Blue Flag, who's also done a very good job. Just 13 seconds behind, starting from further down the field. Nobby Norris, always good to see him on the podium. Very pleased for him. So also Glyn, good performance. Oblivion with a little bit of controversial moves, but in the end he slowed down and he did the right thing. So good to see in P5, Jones P6, Dusty in P7, Odon, who was stepping in for Derek tonight. Good performance in P8, Royston P9, Som running out of fuel over the line just ahead of Mikey, Stufer, and Madman, SP, and Johnny Boy. So yeah, that's it. That's for tonight's races. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to save the replay for the second race. And unlike Joker, I'm not going through any replays. Bear with me. But I think you still, or I hope you still enjoyed tonight's races. It was very fun to be in the booth again after, I don't know, 2 or maybe 3 years even. I haven't done this. Thank you, Joker. And don't miss the action tomorrow. The GT1, the big boys, back on track, on the very same track, the very same format as you might already know. Tokyo South clockwise, Group 4, 11 laps, Group 3, 25 laps. Expect some shenanigans and Aaron disconnecting. Thank you for joining, everybody. Have a good night. Stay healthy and bye-bye.